Welcome everyone to the next episode of Pause, Breathe and Feel. Sharing a lot of hair care tips and hacks, I have a lovely girl sitting in front of me who I sense knows a lot about makeup, about self-care, and I shall have a very interesting discussion with her post this. Presenting to you Saina Singh, talking to us about how it is to be a teen of today. Hi.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Most welcome. We will share more hair care tips, though you have lovely hair and you're looking lovely.
Thank you so much.
Tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Saina Singh, 17 years old, in 12th grade currently in step-by-step school. I think I have a hobby of collecting hobbies. I just love to do things to make up for my free time. I love to sing. It's been a passion of mine since I was tiny. Even dancing, I love Kathak. If it's artwork, clay, baking, something or the other, I have to occupy my time somehow. So yeah, I just love doing silly things.
I'm going to stop you right there. How do you have so much time?
I don't, but I don't know, I just somehow make time for things like these.
Is it a way of running away from the academic aspect, or are you as good at that as well?
I mean, I would be humble, but I score well.
So we have a bionic young girl over here who seems to be able to do it all. So share the secret. How do you manage to do it all?
I don't, honestly, it's pretty tough. But anytime I get free time, I love being bored because then it just gives me something new to try out. So
that's the first time I have heard of something like this. I knew this was going to be an interesting talk. Okay, so what does it mean to be a teenager today? A young adult of today. You're not a teenager, you're a young adult of today.
It's a tough question. I think it has a lot more to it than it used to. Everybody is much more aware of everything going on now, and there's a lot of pressure from many ends, which again, social media has really heightened all of that. But the pressure to look perfect, to act perfect, to somehow be perfect, to manage everything at the same time, it's pretty tough. I think it's much harder to be a teenager now.
What does perfection mean to you?
I mean, I consider myself a perfectionist, which is both a blessing and a curse. I love to do things to my best ability, and if I think it's not perfect, I will keep doing it. I love that. It helps me achieve really good things when I do my work, whether it's music or dance or anything. Like, it helps me make it perfect, and I feel really great. But then, I guess it also makes me really critical about myself. Even when it comes to me, it's a lot of things I just expect to be perfect in the first go, and that's just not how life works. So it's a blessing and a curse.
I love that you're aware of the fact that you're putting undue and unnecessary stress on yourself. What are you doing about it?
Well, to be honest, I think I've really worked on it now. I had a really bad phase around 9th grade. Lots of anxiety and stuff in school as well, and it was pretty noticeable. So I did take help actually. And I'm really lucky to have parents that understood that.
Wow.
And
kudos to your parents.
Really, genuinely kudos to them, because I've seen so many people that don't get the help they need. So I'm really grateful that I could. And yes, so I went for therapy. I talked to them, and slowly it's all gotten much better. So I'm working on myself right now.
That's great.
Yeah.
So do you think all these creative outlets as a daily practice just help you manage your emotions and your stress?
Definitely. I think having something you're passionate about helps everybody. Just having some sort of escape where you do something and you don't have to think about anything that's going on and you just feel at peace. I think that's really important for everybody, just to have that something that they can just do whenever everything feels too much. That they can just find a small escape.
So if I was to ask you this question, that how are you really today? What is the answer?
A little sleep deprived.
That's your generation.
Right, I completely agree. A little overworked, but overall excited.
So excited is now tagline. So if someone has to describe you in one word, it would be excited? High energy?
Emotional.
Aww. Yeah, that's another.
In many ways. Just I feel a lot of emotions, whether it's happiness or excitement, but also sadness at times.
So extremes.
In a way.
And how do you
In a way.
handle the other extreme? When you're feeling sad, what is it that you do?
I love my dog. My dog is my everything. My dog and my mom. My mom is truly my best friend.
I don't think your mom would appreciate being put in the same category as the dog, but I get where you're coming from.
I've told her multiple times I would choose my dog over her in a heartbeat.
My children say that to me.
And I don't feel bad about that, really.
No, my children say that to me in the opposite way, that I would choose my dog before I chose
That's what I'm
them.
saying. I would choose my dog before my mom. Generally.
Yeah, pets give absolutely unconditionally. I think it's the best thing for a child to be able to grow up with a pet.
Really.
The love that they give you and what they teach you, that selflessness, I think
Truly.
no
And
human can.
They can't speak a single word. So all the love you get is just through their actions. It's amazing.
Yeah, I completely resonate with that. When I enter home, the first thing is like, even if I'm on the phone with one of my kids and I'll be like, or one of them is home, I have older kids, I'll be speaking to the dog and they're like, "You never speak to us like that." It'll be like, my son says, it'll be, "Hi, baby." And, yeah, what's up?
Completely relate to that.
Okay, so do you think your pet is your number one stress buster?
I would say. My pet and music.
What kind of music?
All really. I love all kinds of music. I have a very diverse music taste. And then I love playing instruments. So I've learned
Is there anything that you don't do?
sports. Can't run. Can't even run like this much. I would lose my breath. Cannot do sports for the life of me.
So you're overcompensating with everything else. You play instruments, you sing, you draw, you dance.
But that's just like little hobbies. I'm not like, amazing at it.
That doesn't matter. At least you're doing it.
Just like to fill my time.
Just like to fill your time. Okay, do you read?
Yes, I'm a little out of my reading habits these days. It's making me quite sad. Social media does take up a lot of my time. But I really want to get back into reading. My school bag has a book in it for the past week or so, which is untouched. I really need to get to it, but I really want to get back into reading. I do love reading.
Okay, so what is the one piece of advice you would give to your peers, you would give to the people listening in today?
It's okay to feel a lot. Sometimes it feels like it's too much and that what you're feeling isn't normal or it isn't okay, but truly it is. Just let yourself feel and give yourself time, and time truly will make everything seem much better. Give yourself time to grow and things will slowly fall into place. The world will not end. It's not crashing down on you.
It isn't, not any time. Well, we're in crazy times, but
We are, really
But
are.
yeah, your feelings are valid. Feel your feelings. You are not who you feel, but what you feel is real. So if you're feeling sad, you are feeling sad. Nobody can tell you you're not feeling something. What they can help you with is how to deal with that feeling. Yeah, very important message. Your feelings are valid. I'm not going to ask you that question that do you feel your parents don't understand you, because you started off by saying that you're blessed to have parents who do. But there is a generational gap. There is,
Yes.
so what is the one thing that you would want to tell your parents or adults around you to help understand your generation better?
I think, I would say, I don't think my parents understand me that well, honestly. They don't.
Okay.
But what I do appreciate is that I went up to them and I told them that I'm feeling this way and I think I need help. And they didn't judge me for it. They didn't tell me that therapy is fake, you're psychotic, that's not what kids feel. They just said, okay, we look for a therapist for you instantly. And just having, just that understanding to let your kid feel the way they are and to help them. I think parents need to understand that times are different now, and to allow their kids therapy. Honestly, even in our generation now, the amount of parents that still have that taboo that therapy is for people that are psychotic and you have to have a terrible illness.
That it's
to
a
go to
mental
therapy.
illness.
Exactly, right? So many of people that I actually know really want therapy but aren't allowed to get it. And that's truly heartbreaking. So I'm grateful that my parents let me, and I just think if the parents would just allow their kids to do that, that would be great.
Very important message, and that's the kind of awareness actually that we're trying to build here.
Right.
Therapy, having a third person, unbiased person who you can talk to, who's not going to judge you, is relevant for each and every one of us.
Exactly.
And we're always constantly going through something or the other. The world, with its pressure, with its ever-changing capacities. I mean, as you guys are in 12th grade, you're seeing a very uncertain world out there right now. That's bringing a very different set of problems. Right. So, yes, to be able to have someone to speak to. You have school counselors.
We do.
Do you guys have regular sessions with them, or do you need to book sessions with them?
We are allowed to go up to them when we would like. We do have to book sessions, I think. But I don't think that facility is used as well as it should be.
So even in your generation, there's hesitation to even reach out to a school counselor?
I think if they were to take that therapy on their own at home, it would be better. But I think in school, it's more of the peer pressure.
Yeah, but it's the first step, right?
It's
the first accessibility. It's not that you need to go to your parents to take permission or whatever. So what do you think what would be your advice to people who are not even reaching out to these school counselors? Because that's something that is accessible to you all the time.
I think it's easier said than done to approach a school counselor, because there's the whole fear about what if my friends see, what if all the information goes to my teachers. And as much as they say that it's confidential, which it is, and I know how it works, it's just scary still. I think they should just take the first step, try it out. If they don't like it, they don't need to. But I think maybe schools could make one counseling session compulsory for everybody.
That's what I was going to ask you. Right. What is your idea?
So they get like a small gist of what it is, and I'm sure many people would genuinely want to continue after that.
So we're trying to do that. We have approached a couple of schools as Eka by Paayal, as a foundation. We're trying to set this up for schools to make mental health awareness, a mental health awareness class that you have, like you have PE, you have art, have that once a week or once in a month, where we introduce wellness aspects, also like simple things like journaling, like breathing, creating a safe room, a calm room where you can just go when your feelings become too much.
Yeah.
Right, so we're advocating for that. So it's good to hear that you as students would be open to that.
Yeah, I definitely think we will.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. You said your parents do not completely understand you. So what is the advice that you would give to them? What would you like to see change in them to understand you better? That's a better question.
I generally don't have any advice for them. They're doing everything they can. I just think our emotions are much more complex than what they can think. They don't understand the complexity of our emotions yet. But my parents really try. So I really can't. I don't have any advice for them. They're really doing everything they can.
That is so sweet. What does self-care mean to you?
Well, again, lots of things. But for me personally, I guess just music, diving into just music and losing my mind and losing everything.
Do you headbang?
No.
Somehow I
it's
just
more
feel
of like weeping to like sad songs. That's just amazing. No, it feels amazing.
I know. What does pause, breathe, feel mean to you?
Well, as I told you, I had a pretty bad experiences with anxiety before. So breathe is really, it really hits, because in moments like those when you're feeling really anxious, it's tough to breathe in that moment. So really to breathe, take a deep breath, pause, everything will feel much better in that moment. So if you just take a couple deep breaths and just think about what's going on, things will fall into place. They won't be as scary as they seem. And yeah, that statement is important to, I think, everybody.
What is amazing is all of the people I've spoken to, even in these couple of episodes, have a different take on how they see that statement, what that statement means to them, and everyone picks up what is relevant to them and what resonates with them the most. It's amazing how the young adults of today are so attuned to what is important, to how they can emote, And I just want to encourage the ones listening in to relate to these things and accept these things in their everyday lives. Thank you so much for being so candid and bringing so much energy. Are you ready for your rapid fire?
Sure thing.
Yeah? The one song that helps you emote. I know you love your music, that one song.
Fir Le Aaya Dil, the Arijit Singh version. I have lots of memories of listening to it with my dad in the car.
Aww.
So it's a wonderful song.
So music is memories?
Yes.
What is your safe practice? You're someone who's gone through something, so do you have a safe practice or a safe thing, the one thing that makes you feel safe?
Being around dogs. All dogs. I love dogs. They make me
I can
feel
see you doing
super
puppy
safe.
yoga.
Yeah, I've done a lot of work with puppies as well.
See,
so.
I know. I can see her doing that.
Yeah.
Okay, and the one thing that adults don't get about Gen Z?
Complexity of their emotions.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much for having me.
Here's another episode of Pause, Breathe and Feel. We had someone who reached out. She was brave enough to feel her feelings, to accept her feelings, and to reach out and ask for help. If this has inspired you, please reach out to us. If you resonate with this, you know someone who needs help, send them, share this with them. You can reach out to us at info@Eka by Paayal. You can listen to this again on Instagram, on Apple Music, Eka by Paayal. And until the next time, pause, breathe, and feel.